All right, so I'm feeling a little bit better here. I'm feeling a little better, obviously. I'm not quite there yet, so it's probably going to take me another good day or two to finish recovering from, I don't know what I got, maybe a stomach virus or something, spring fever. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is, if this is actually a little flashback I had from 2017. And I remember this piano since I was little. My Aunt Sue's Wurlitzer Kordevon Spinet piano. So obviously, I forget the serial number, but we had the serial number and everything for it. So I punched that in, and oh man, was that a beautiful piano! I never knew it was a Kordevon Spinet piano. And I had never even heard of them at the time until just recently in 2017. When I looked closer, I was like, wait, is this a Kordevon Spinet piano? And so I looked it up on Google, Wurlitzer Kordevon Spinet piano, and there it was. It's a 1937 Wurlitzer Kordevon Spinet piano. So if you guys are wondering, is it still there where you filmed it? No. But the good news is it's still around today. So my cousin Matthew actually has the piano now. So I'm going to try to reach out to him, see if he still wants it. If he says like, "Hey, I have no use for it. Would you like it?" I would say yes for it, because it's a family piano we had. Well, not me and my mom in particular, but my Aunt Sue had that piano, and oh man, that thing sound beautiful. Even though it did have to be tuned down a half a step flat due to a cracked soundboard. So I'm going to explain to you what we mean here. What we piano technicians mean by tuning a piano down a half step flat. So this is kind of a little bit of some piano tuning theory for those of you who are like new to my channel. So now over the past 5 years, I've gained a lot of knowledge, learning about pianos. So we're definitely going to do some live streams, next month, where we're going to go through a touch-up tuning procedure, like not like going through the whole thing, but touching it up as needed. But anyway, I will. Oh, there's. All right, so here's Oliver, by the way. He's looking around, saying hi to everything he hears outside. So that's kind of funny. But anyway, back to our piano tuning theory here. So this is a little bit of piano tuning theory, but this is actually a little memory video. And I'm doing this video because I just want to kind of give you guys an idea what it was like, to actually be able to play a Wurlitzer Kordevon Spinet piano. So my Aunt Sue's piano was built in 1937, and it's a Wurlitzer Kordevon. So for those of you who have heard of these pianos, I'm sure there's probably lots of them still around. But anyway, my Aunt Sue's piano just happened to be one of those from 1937. And the very unique thing about these pianos is that they did not have a front panel, because that's why they call them Kordevon pianos. Because the lid, believe it or not, the front panel and the lid were all one piece, and that's why it's called a Kordevon Spinet piano, along with the accordion-like cover or fall board that they had. But anyway, my Aunt Sue's piano had to be tuned down a half step flat, like I said, due to a cracked soundboard. And I'm going to explain to you guys what we mean here, what we piano technicians mean by tuning a piano down or up. Well, you can't tune a piano up a half step, but, so my Aunt Sue's piano had to be tuned down a half step flat, like I said, due to a cracked soundboard. So I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit what the tuning down a half step means. Alright, so right here we're looking at my Ivers and Pond console piano here. This is my 1975 Ivers and Pond console. So what we're referring to when we say tuning a piano down by a half step is the actual note. So I'm going to use this one as an example. So I'm going to use our A2 here as an example. So A2, see my piano does not have a cracked soundboard, so I'm able to tune it to A440 without it going out of tune on me. And so this is our A2. Now on the Wurlitzer, because the soundboard is cracked, the A2 actually is G sharp 2. So this A2 would actually sound like this. So basically, it's just you're tuning a piano 100 cents flat. So that is what piano technicians and tuners, including myself, refer to as tuning a piano down a half step. Because in between each note, there's 100 cents. So if you're halfway between one note, so if you tune a note 50 cents flat, well, you're actually right in the middle there between one note and another in that half step range. So what we mean by that is looking at our A2 here. So our A2 to our G sharp 2, that is a half step. Just like A2 to G2 is a whole step. So when we tune a note down a half step, basically you're just taking like this note here and you're tuning it down to this one. So on my Aunt Sue's Wurlitzer, the A2 was actually G sharp 2. So everything got thrown off by a half step, but you would always go by the key name. But the actual note may differ. So the A2 key, you might think, oh, that's an A2. But then when you play it on my Aunt Sue's piano, you're like, wait, that's a G sharp 2. So that's what, like I said, if you have a piano with the cracked soundboard, the best thing you can do is just tune it a half step flat. I mean, it won't sound as nice as a piano that's tuned to A440, but it's better than trying to tune it to A440 and have it go out of tune completely just after, because that also puts a lot of stress on the soundboard, and it could also make the crack worse. So that's why it's always better just tune your piano half step flat if it has a cracked soundboard, and usually you'll be okay. That's what my Aunt Sue did, when she had her piano tuned. And I don't even know how long it's been since that Wurlitzer was tuned. But one thing I do know, that had a nice sound to it. I mean, I remember playing it. I mean, even though it was out of tune, but it still sounded good. I did not care that the piano was out of tune. I just loved the sound of it. So, piano tuners, they might say, hey, your piano's got a cracked soundboard. We're going to have to tune it down a half step. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. You just have to calculate your tuner so it goes on, so it's actually a half step flat. So anyway, that's what I think about it. But anyway, there are still some Kordevons still around at the Scranton Music Academy. I don't know if you guys watched my video or not. On a G2 video I did. That was a 1920s Kordevon Spinet piano. So in case if you guys are wondering about that one, I'm pretty sure it's still there. I don't think they replaced it or anything. But that's second Wurlitzer that I know of. Or second Kordevon. And I haven't seen any other Wurlitzers since. But anyway, I thought I would just make this video to kind of give you guys an idea. And I do remember that my Aunt Sue's Wurlitzer Kordevon since I was little. I remember it, it's always sounded beautiful even though it was a half step flat. I didn't care that was a half step flat. I just liked the sound of it. And I loved the touch too. And the one funny thing about Spinet pianos is because they have drop actions, you can actually lift the drop elbows or the drop stickers, however you want to call them. You can actually reach down underneath the key bed And you can actually put your finger in there. You can make it look like a ghost is playing the piano. It's kind of funny, so I thought I would just make note of that, in case if you guys want to have some fun. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video in commemoration of my Aunt Sue's Wurlitzer piano, which my cousin Matt owns it now. Her nephew. I'm her great nephew, by the way. So her nephew Matt owns the piano, and I'm his, Matt's my cousin. So I'm gonna see if I can reach out to him, see if he still wants that piano, and if he doesn't want it, if he's like, hey, I have no use for it, would you like it instead? I'd be like, yeah, sure, I would love that. So, and I was thinking, where I would put it is I'd most likely put it over here. So yeah. I would definitely, I'll definitely reach out to him, see if he still wants it, and I will keep you guys posted. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching this little commemoration video of my Aunt Sue's Wurlitzer Spinet piano.